Cold, heavy, or numb legs after 60 are not just normal, they're your body's warning cry for help. Do you know, most of us, once we pass 60, often think about the big diseases, heart problems, stroke, cancer, or Alzheimer's. These worries linger, keeping many awake at night. But I want to take you a little deeper, to the very root of these illnesses. There is a silent enemy, rarely named, yet it acts like a thread connecting nearly every health issue after midlife. That enemy is poor blood circulation. You may be wondering, what's the big deal with circulation? Isn't it normal for our limbs to feel heavier as we age? I've heard many patients say that, smiling and shrugging. It's just age, doctor. But think about it. Have you ever felt your legs like heavy lead at the end of the day, desperate to sit down? Or been jolted awake by a painful leg cramp in the middle of the night? Or woken up with icy feet, even when the room wasn't cold at all? These small moments are your body's whispers. They are not simply signs of aging, but reminders. The river of life within you is slowing down. Let me paint you a picture. Think of your circulatory system as a river. When the river is strong, cool, and clear, it nourishes every field, carrying rich silt everywhere. But when the current weakens, the water stagnates, debris builds up, and life along the banks begins to wither. Our bodies are the same. When blood flows well, your brain is nourished, your heart works with ease, and your legs carry you freely. But as that current slows, everything starts to decline. Memory falters, the heartbeat tires, legs feel heavy, skin turns dull. And from that silent root, the big storms arrive. Stroke, dementia, heart disease. One of my patients, Maria, 68, once told me during a checkup, "Doctor, I'm not afraid of dying from heart disease or cancer. What I fear is waking up one morning and my legs no longer carrying me to the market, on a walk, or even just to the kitchen to make coffee for my husband." That fear may sound simple, but it struck me deeply. Because health isn't only about avoiding death, it's about living fully each day, walking freely, and savoring life's small joys. And here is the good news I want you to hold close. We are not helpless against this slowing current. Yes, with time, vessels stiffen, valves weaken, and blood thickens, but the body has a miraculous ability. It knows how to heal if we give it support. With small, consistent daily changes in how we eat, breathe, and move, we can make that river flow strong again. In this video, I want to walk with you, as a friend of the same age, to explore 3 things. First, the warning signs your body has been whispering. Second, the key nutrients, the golden vitamins that can nourish your blood vessels from within. And finally, the small, simple habits you can start right in your living room. Together, these 3 form a roadmap to keep your legs, heart, and brain fully nourished. So before we dive into the details, let me ask you one gentle question. Do you remember the last time your legs carried you without heaviness, without numbness? Hold that question in your heart, because starting today, you just might find a new answer. Part 1. Causes of poor circulation with age. When you were young, do you remember how just one jog with sweat dripping down seemed to give your legs fresh energy? But as age arrives, the body is no longer as generous as before. I have witnessed hundreds of my patients after 60, all sharing the same pattern. The flow of blood begins to slow down. This is not by chance. Our blood vessels are like elastic tubes. Over the years, they harden and lose flexibility. The tiny valves in the veins, responsible for pushing blood back to the heart, also weaken, leaving behind heaviness and swelling in the legs. and blood itself, that precious fluid, becomes thicker with age, forcing the heart to work harder to pump each drop. Imagine this. If circulation is a train, then in youth, the tracks are smooth and the train glides effortlessly. After 60, the rails rust, the wheels wear down, and the journey becomes sluggish. Not because the train doesn't want to run, but because the tracks have changed. And that is the root of many symptoms you feel each day. Part 2. 7 Common Warning Signs. Have you ever sat still and suddenly felt a tingling, like pins and needles in your legs? I call that the first small cry. Tingling means nerves are lacking oxygen, like a delayed postman unable to deliver packages on time. It's often the first sign, but the easiest to dismiss. Some patients tell me, "Doctor, my feet are freezing, even with thick socks and a blanket." Cold feet are another reminder that blood isn't arriving to keep them warm. Our body is heated through blood flow. If your feet stay icy in a warm room, the river of life is stuck somewhere. Night cramps are a classic sign. I once received a midnight call from a 70-year-old patient crying from a severe calf cramp. When muscles lack oxygen, they're like a car running out of fuel, suddenly jolting to a painful stop. Others notice skin color changes. Pale or bluish legs are not just cosmetic issues, but mirrors reflecting a lack of blood to the tissue. Accompanying them are twisted varicose veins, signals that those inner valves are weakening. Restless legs are different. You lie down to rest, but your legs refuse to be still. They urge you to move, as if electricity were running underneath. Many patients say, "Doctor, I can't sleep. My legs won't let me." That too is a warning of circulation. And finally, an often overlooked but critical sign, unusual fatigue when walking short distances. I recall a man in his mid-60s who had to stop, gasping after just a few minutes in the garden, his legs heavy as lead. He thought he was lazy. In truth, it was a red alarm. His leg arteries weren't delivering enough blood, and muscles burned out too soon. You see, each sign is like a small bell. If we listen, we'll realize the body is asking for help before louder bells start to ring. Part 3. Key vitamins for circulation. When people hear vitamins, they think of colds or bone support. Few realize some vitamins are the hidden current that keeps blood vessels flexible and clean. Start with vitamin C. Everyone knows oranges and lemons, but vitamin C is the builder of vessel walls. Blood vessels are made of collagen, like mortar between bricks. Without vitamin C, the mortar crumbles and cracks. I often tell patients, each orange segment you eat is like a fresh coat of protection for your blood vessels. Then vitamin K, the quiet traffic cop. It directs calcium to the bones where it belongs, not into arteries where it hardens them. Without it, calcium goes astray and arteries stiffen. A plate of kale or broccoli each day is like a green light guiding calcium down the right path. Vitamin B3, niacin, is the door opener. It relaxes capillaries, letting blood flow freely. One patient with high cholesterol often felt heavy-legged. When he added salmon, turkey, and nuts to his diet, within months his steps felt lighter. But I always warn, don't self-dose high niacin pills. They can flush the skin and alter blood pressure. The best source is still food. Another hero is vitamin E, a strong antioxidant. It shields the vessel lining from free radicals, like armor against rust. I'll never forget Maria, 75, who had icy feet for years. After adding sunflower seeds at breakfast and half an avocado at lunch, within 2 months her feet felt warm again. And let's not forget about vitamin D, commonly deficient in Americans over 60, especially in winter. Vitamin D not only keeps bones strong, but regulates blood pressure and protects vessel lining. Research shows seniors lacking vitamin D face a higher risk of heart disease. I advise patients enjoy morning sunlight, eat fatty fish like salmon, or add egg yolks to maintain healthy levels. You see, vitamins aren't distant mysteries. They're right there in daily foods: fruits, leafy greens, nuts, fish. When you eat right, the body repairs and restores itself. That's the most natural, safest way to nourish the river of life. Part 4. 6 Daily Habits to Improve Circulation. If vitamins are the fuel, then habits are the accelerator that makes the engine run. You can supply all the nutrients, but without movement and care, blood still flows sluggishly. The good news? Simple daily habits can make a big difference. First, try elevating your legs each evening. Lie on your back, rest your legs on a few pillows or up the wall for 15 minutes. Feel the blood drain downward. Such relief. Many patients were amazed to see swelling reduce after just a week. Another is heel raises. So simple yet effective. Do it while waiting for water to boil. Rise up on your toes and lower down a few times. Your calves act like a second heart, pumping blood upward. Rinsing your legs with cool water after a shower also helps. The cool stream makes vessels contract, then expand as you warm again. A kind of exercise for blood vessels, boosting flexibility. Massage upward on your legs works wonders too. I teach patients to use lotion or oil, stroking from ankles toward knees. It's a manual way to push fluid and blood back to the heart. And daily walking cannot be skipped. Just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week is enough to strengthen the heart, soften vessels, and stabilize blood sugar. I recall a 72-year-old man who could barely walk 5 minutes at first. After 6 months of persistence, he walked half an hour daily, his stride steadier than ever. Finally, don't overlook deep breathing combined with gentle stretches. Just 5 minutes morning and night. Relax your shoulders, inhale deeply, exhale slowly. You'll feel lungs expand, oxygen spreading everywhere. As the mind calms, heartbeat steadies, and blood flow smoother. These habits cost nothing and require no fancy tools. They're gifts you can give your body daily in return for lighter steps, warmer feet, and the freedom to move with ease. Conclusion. When we talk about health, people often think of big things: how to avoid heart disease, how to prevent strokes, how to extend life expectancy. But after more than 30 years as a physician, I've realized a simple truth. Real health is found in the steps you take every day. It shows up in legs that no longer feel icy when you wake up, in a night of sleep uninterrupted by cramps, in the lightness you feel when you can walk around the neighborhood without having to stop and rest. You see, we've taken a journey together, from understanding why blood flow slows down with age, to recognizing the 7 warning signs the body whispers each day. We discovered essential nutrients, vitamin C, K, B3, E, and D, that quietly guard the blood vessels. And finally, we explored small habits, like rising onto your toes, rinsing your legs with cool water, walking daily, and breathing deeply. Together, these form a harmonious rhythm, keeping the river of life within you flowing strong. I know that at 60 or 70, no one is hoping to be 20 again. What we long for is much simpler: the freedom to walk, to sit down and rise without pain, to still feel that our legs truly belong to us. I once had a patient hold my hand and say, "Doctor, I don't need to live forever. I just want to wake up each morning and know my legs won't betray me." Those words stay with me to this day, and perhaps they touch your heart as well. The miracle is this: we really can make it happen. The human body has an astonishing ability to heal itself if we know how to give it the right support at the right time. An orange, a plate of greens, a gentle stroll in the park, a few minutes of deep breathing with eyes closed, repeated day after day, these small acts become the real magic. You may be wondering, isn't it too late for me to start? My answer is always, it's never too late. Even at 70 or 80, one small change today can create a difference tomorrow. Don't dismiss the warning signs as just normal aging. Age is not a sentence. It is a reminder to care for ourselves more wisely. So I invite you to start today. Choose just one small action. Elevate your legs for 15 minutes tonight, or add an extra handful of greens to your lunch. One first step, and you'll notice your body respond little by little. Before we close, I want to remind you, health is not just a personal responsibility. It is also a gift to those you love. When you are healthy, you gain freedom, yes, but you also give peace of mind to your family, your friends, and those who need you by their side. If you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next insights I'll be sharing. And I'd love to hear from you. Among the 6 habits I mentioned, which one will you try this week? Your comment could be the spark of inspiration for someone else on the other side of the screen who is waiting for a reason to begin. And don't forget to share this video with a friend or loved one. You might be giving them an invaluable gift of health. Remember, your body always wants to heal, always wants to walk with you. Our role is simply to listen, to respect it, and to give it the simplest things it needs. A little patience, a little kindness, and you'll see the miracle unfold. Thank you for staying with me to this very moment. Let us keep moving forward, one steady step at a time, on this journey of protecting our health and preserving our freedom in the later years of life.